Welcome everyone to Planet of NY Sports. Here we talk Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, and a little bit of the Knicks and Nets. So this is going to be a very more football-oriented show, also with some basketball. We can just touch on the little news in baseball right now involving Rodrick's favorite team, and that has to do with Carlos Correa. So, Rodrick, do you just want to give us a little rundown of the situation?
Carlos Correa has not officially signed yet, as there was some concerns with his physical. The same thing with the Giants, where they backed out of the deal. It looks to be as if he's gonna end up resigning, but you never know. The Mets have tried to change the details of the contract, like the years and the money, but Correa has already said he doesn't want to change the contract amount. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. There have been teams that have contacted his agent Scott Boras and tried to see what's going on there. So it appears he might be back on the free agency market, but hopefully the Mets can retain him and not, you know, embarrass themselves.
Yeah, that's true. And I also did hear yesterday that apparently Steve Cohen was asking like the union or something about like possible clauses that they can put in Correa's contract. So I think that means that likely he will sign there if they were able to like figure that out. But he's not going to sign right now. It's the holidays, everything's off. So like as of right now, so we're not going to hear any news about Carlos Correa until like maybe next week or something. So now we're going to move on to some football real quick. Right now, Michigan and TCU are playing in the semifinal of the college football playoffs, and it looks like Michigan just scored. So do you guys have a prediction for the college football playoffs?
Um, I would, well, I hope TCU wins, like the whole thing. I know it's probably not likely for that to happen, but I always want to see the underdog and kind of like the newer team in the college football playoffs win. As far as predictions, I want a Michigan Ohio State uh, national championship game. I feel like a lot of people would want that, but that's just me.
What about you, Alex?
Yeah, I'd probably go along the same lines with Rodrick and Michigan versus Ohio State. I think that would be probably a good game. And like you said, it's probably the most popular opinion among most people.
Yeah. See, like that would be nice, but me personally, I don't like Ohio State fans. I can't stand them. They're very annoying. But like just the overall juice of that game, pause. It would be really, really good. And there's a specific reason why they had Ohio State at 4 and not 3, because they rather have them match up in the championship than like a semifinal. No. But it's going to be very tough because this Georgia team, they are stacked. And when I say stacked, I mean really stacked. Pause again. But still, I think my prediction is Georgia will beat Ohio State. I think the game will be close, one of Georgia's toughest games. I think Georgia was still going to win. I would like to see TCU win. I doubt that's going to happen though, and I think, in my opinion, it'll be Georgia versus Michigan. And if I had to pick the winner, I would be going for Michigan. But I'm just because like I don't want anyone to repeat. I don't want anyone to repeat really. So like I guess I would say Michigan, but like it's just good not having Alabama in it because me personally, I am tired of them. I'm sure Rodrick and Alex are too. Everyone is. Alabama. Well, we'll see them again once the playoffs are expanded. So you're not going to escape them, but we'll see. Now, anyways, moving on to the NFL. Alex, let's talk about a certain New York Jets QB, shall we?
Are we talking about Mr. Mommy Lover? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Zach Wilson. Man, Zach Wilson. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen to him in the future. I mean, with Mike White coming up and all the free agent QBs coming up in the market after this year, I feel like I don't even know if anyone's going to want to sign him at this point because I feel like everybody else probably has their QB, or worst case, they'll just get one off the free agent market, which isn't Zach Wilson. And with the issues that he's had with the Jets, I don't think he really has a good resume. So I don't know what's going to happen to him in the future, but I doubt an NFL team would pick him up unless they're like super desperate.
Yeah. Rodrick, what's your take on Zach Wilson?
Sorry. My take on Zach Wilson. For one, pretty I guess fair opinion, he sucks. Two, his career is likely over. And three, I have no sympathy for him whatsoever. I mean, when you look at the guy, he hasn't had an injury history. It's just him being bad, bad at football. And when you see that, genuinely, I mean, if you're a Jets fan, I guess you could feel bad for him. But from an outside perspective, he doesn't deserve a second chance. And he's probably one of the bigger busts I've ever seen in my life. So there's that. He can win that. He's a pretty big bust, but besides that, he hasn't won much.
Okay. Yeah, Zach Wilson, I don't think he will ever start a game for the Jets again. I'll say that. The guy, he's not made for New York. He's not. Being an athlete here, it's a different animal. And with the media and everything, and I will say, I'll give him, okay, so basically against the Jaguars, me personally, I felt like the crowd was ready to turn on him like the second he got onto the field. And so, would I say they were being a little bit harsh? Yeah, but that's just New York fans, though. That's how we're gonna act. We're fickle, like I said before. We're a very, very fickle fan base, with all of our teams for the most part. So, I mean, like Alex said, with all the QBs that are gonna be available, I don't see Zach Wilson really starting again. And these next two games for the Jets, Rodrick, yeah, go ahead. What?
Sorry to cut you off, but I just hope that future Jets quarterback Derek Carr can handle the pressure the New York media gives him.
That's exactly who I was going to bring up. Derek Carr, I think it is very likely he will be going to the Jets. That's going to be interesting. I mean, this is not Oakland or Vegas, so I don't know how he's going to handle it. Who knows? He's a mid-tier QB. He's not a top 10 QB. Can he be? He can be okay. Are you going to win a Super Bowl with Derek Carr? No, no. But I mean, can you get to the playoffs? Maybe. Yeah, you can. You can. But you're not going to be. He's not a franchise QB. He's not that type of guy. And you can also look at the obvious one right now. And Mike White, these next two games, it's going to determine whether he even gets a shot at that starting QB job next year. Even if Mike White does lead them to the playoffs, I'm not sure if you just want to be like, okay, Mike White's the guy, unless he goes off and throws 5 touchdown passes each game and goes deep into the playoffs, which I doubt because the Jets. Let's talk about that real quick here. So the Jets, I did go over this in the last playoff clinching video. But the Jets, they need to win out, and then they also need New England to drop one game. So, real quick here. All right. What's your guys' playoff predictions? Rodrick, you can go first.
Okay, so I'll start with this. My dad has a pretty hot take. Just want to get this out the way because it's been on my mind for a while. He believes that the Chargers are going to go deep into the playoffs. I'm talking AFC Championship game, which to me is absurd. But that's just anyway. My predictions. I think the Jaguars win a game. I think that they're going to win the division. I think that the Bengals are not going to win a game. I think that it's going to be Bills Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. That's probably not a hot take, but whatever. In regards to the NFC, I like how it is now. I think that it's pretty much set. I don't think anybody's gonna move. I think it's gonna be Eagles, Vikings, Niners, Panthers, and then the Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders. As far as teams that make it far in the NFC, you know what I want to say, but I think we see some combination of Eagles, Vikings, Niners in a championship game, and that's it.
Okay. Alex, what's your prediction?
So I feel like with the AFC Championship, I feel like the Bills and the Chiefs, it might happen again, only because it's been happening for the past 2 years, and they're probably like two of the most dominant teams, of course. And even without Tyreek Hill, I feel like Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, they still have a good offense, and their defense isn't terrible, so I would still take that. NFC, let's see. I wouldn't mind, if the Giants go on and win the Super Bowl, but you know, but I'll be a little realistic for a minute. Winning the NFC. Let's see. So we have. I feel like the Eagles are gonna choke. I feel like the Cowboys are gonna choke. Vikings. Where do I put the Vikings? Choke. I see 49ers. I feel like they might make it far. I don't really know about any other team, but I feel like the 49ers probably make it far. AFC winning that Bills Chiefs game, I'd probably go with I feel like I want to go with the Bills this time because the Chiefs have won for the past couple of years, and I feel like the Bills, they finally learned what to do and they can finally overcome the Chiefs. But that's it for now. I think that's all I have for now.
Okay. All right. I have some hot takes. Some takes that are definitely probably going to offend Rodrick. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just list what I think the seeding will end up as. I'm going to list it. So I think the first seed, obviously, for the NFC will be the Eagles. I'm just going to get that out of the way now. Now the 2 seed. I'm going to go with the 49ers as the 2 seed. Vikings 3 seed, and at the 4 seed, see, this is a tricky one. I don't know who's going to win that division, nor do I care. It is awful. I'm just going to say the Bucks. I don't trust the Bucks at all. I'm just going to say that though for now as a placeholder. I don't think it really matters because I think Dallas will beat whoever it is, even though I still don't know. I don't know if I can trust them though against a playoff Brady going on the road because they're the Cowboys. We've seen this movie before. So but that, and then so the wild cards, obviously 5 seed Cowboys, 6 seed Giants, and then the 7th seed. This is tough. I'm just gonna say Washington. I think they'll beat the Browns, and I don't think the Cowboys are gonna have anything to play for. So then now on the AFC side of things, the 1 seed, I'm gonna go ahead and just say the Bills get the 1 seed, the Chiefs will get the 2 seed, Bengals 3, Jaguars 4. I'm gonna say the Chargers win out. That's my hot take. The Chargers went out and go 5 seed, 6 seed Ravens, obviously, and then the 7th seed. Your New York Jets will be the 7th seed, baby. So now for my predictions, I'll go with the AFC first. So that means the Chiefs will be playing against the Jets. Obviously, Chiefs win. I don't even know why that's, Then it'll be the Bengals versus the Ravens. I think the Bengals will beat the Ravens again. And then Chargers, Jaguars. You see, I got the jersey here. I got this jersey here. You obviously know who I'm going with. I'm going with the Chargers. Okay, so then that would mean the Bills would play the Chargers in the 2nd round. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bills. And then it's Chiefs versus Bengals. In my opinion, I think you can even argue that the Bengals are the best team in the AFC. That's another hot take. I'm going to go ahead and say the Bengals own Mahomes yet again, like we've seen 3 straight times. And Bills versus Bengals AFC Championship game, which we're going to see a possible preview this Monday. But so I'll just leave that there. I think You know what? I'm going to say the Bills win. I think the Bills finally get it done and go to the Super Bowl. Now, for the NFC side of things, the 49ers would be playing against Washington. 49ers win. And then I'll come back to the 3-6 game. But the Cowboys versus whoever the NFC South winner is, I still don't trust them. I'm just going to say the Cowboys, though, even though I really do not trust them. I'll go Cowboys. And then, but they can barely beat Josh Dobbs. So it's like, I don't know. But I'm just going to say the Cowboys win, but I would not bet on that game. Now, the game that Rodrick, Giants versus the Vikings. I think it is pretty obvious what I'm going to say. I think it's pretty obvious. Vikings win. The Vikings will beat Nope, I'm just kidding. The Giants will beat the Minnesota Vikings because let's be real here. If the Giants, we have Xavier McKinney back and Adoree Jackson. I think we beat them. I think we beat them, in Minnesota earlier. So I'm going to say the Giants win. Why not be delusional here? I'm just going to pull a Rodrick. All right. So that means the Giants would be playing the Eagles. We are not winning that game. Let's be real here. Giants are losing to the Eagles. And then Cowboys versus 49ers. 49ers win. And then so it's the 49ers versus the Eagles. I think the 49ers win. I feel like the Eagles are going to choke. And I'm still unsure with Jalen Hurts because if he's going to have a lot of time off, is he going to be rusty in the playoffs? I don't know. We'll see. But with that 49er defense, I feel like they can really beat anyone. So I'm just going to go ahead and say a 49ers-Bills Super Bowl. All right, Alex, what's your Super Bowl prediction?
Yeah, I'd probably go the same route. And if that's the case, then I'm definitely taking the Bills in that.
Rodrick, what is your – there is no realistic Super Bowl with you, but what's your Super Bowl prediction?
0-4 versus 0-4. That's my Super Bowl prediction. Or Bills Vikings, because you guys took too long to realize what I was trying to say. And the Vikings win.
Okay. I think that was a pretty obvious prediction. I don't even know why I asked that, but whatever. All right. So now let's move on here quickly to the Giants. I talked about them more in depth on a previous video, but the Giants just have to win and they're in. So that's going to be nice to see. The Giants will most likely probably we'll be in the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Woohoo. So even if we do lose in the first round, I won't really care. We're ahead of schedule. If we do face the Vikings though and beat them, that would be the cherry on top, but I'm not asking for that. But I would like to see that game. I think it's going to happen? The Vikings would have to lose to Green Bay, which you see on Rodrick's name. He obviously they have other plans. And to be honest, I kind of hope they beat Green Bay anyway because I don't want to see Rodgers getting a shot at the playoffs. I don't want to see that guy in the playoffs. I just don't. And then if they do beat if Green Bay does beat them, and then the Vikings somehow do stay in the second seed, which I don't think would happen. But if let's just say they do, and then if they face the Packers in the playoffs, that would be. I think the Vikings would win, but that would still be pretty interesting. But I think the more interesting matchup for us is the Giants versus the Vikings. Do I think it's going to happen? It's a less than 50% chance. It depends what happens with the Vikings versus Green Bay. But, it would be really, really nice to see that game. Now, just moving on again with the Giants here. We just have to beat Nick Foles. This team blew a 33 to just come on. You got to beat this team. Seriously. If you cannot beat the Colts, I may come on here and I may cry literally. I might cry. Well, actually, no, because we'll still have a chance at the playoffs. I won't cry, but I'll just be very frustrated. I'll most likely rant if we do end up losing to Nick Foles. Alex, how are you feeling about the Giants' chances in this game?
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I feel like we should win. We're talking about the Colts here, the team that has a head coach with the last name of a day in the week. So I feel like we can't really lose to that. And the fact that they blew a 33-0 lead at halftime is just like, come on now. We have to beat them. Like if we don't beat them, I don't know how we're gonna beat any other team in the league at that after that point. Especially the Eagles. It's just gonna I don't know how our chances are gonna work after that.
Yeah, the Giants, they do face the Eagles next week. If the Eagles aren't playing for anything, I can see us winning that game. But let's just say the Eagles somehow lose to the Saints and they are like trying to, play for something. We are getting blown out yet again, especially playing in Philadelphia this time. And no. So that's why you got to take care of business against Nick Foles in the Colts or whoever they're going to start, whether if it's Matt Ryan or Sam. I don't care. You just got to beat them. Seriously, there is no excuse to lose to this team. There's no excuse. I don't want to hear anything. Richie James, you better please. We saw what you did against Minnesota. Please don't embarrass us again. Because hey, maybe if you would have caught a few passes, we would have already clinched by now. We would have been making fun of Rodrick. But who cares? All right, now real quick here. Rodrick, we can get into some around the league topics. So is there anything you want to bring up?
Around the NFL?
Yeah.
Well, a couple of headlines I'd like to look at is the obviously this is going to sound biased, but whatever. Vikings Packers. If you look at the money line, I know we don't gamble because obviously we can't, but the Vikings being, underdogs at 3.5 to start the week, I thought that was pretty interesting because as you look around the media, people are starting to think that the Packers are back. And like Russell said, nobody really wants to see the Packers in the playoffs. It's just we want new, fresh teams in here, like we said with TCU. We want some new nuance, if that's the right word to say for that. And then besides that, obviously you have Mike White heading into Seattle, 7-8 teams battling for their life. Battle for their playoff life. Excuse me. They both need to win this game, and personally, I think that the Jets are not going to be able to win this game. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's a headline. Can the Jaguars continue their hot streak? I mean, they've been playing really good. They beat the Cowboys. They've been playing really nice football recently. I hope they stave off the Titans. And other than that, it's a lot of clinching scenarios like Washington, the Giants, the Lions, like teams that are just fighting. And honestly, at this time of year, that's all I want. Just teams. Everybody has a chance, including the Saints, unfortunately. But you hope that everybody puts a good game on Sunday, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. So just going back onto that first point, I did think like the money line of the Vikings and Packers game was pretty disrespectful to the Vikings. And given the Packers are not a good team, they're just not. That's a whole nother reason why I don't want to see them. They're not a good team. Like, let's be real here. If Tua didn't get that concussion, gift 3 interceptions to them, they wouldn't even be in the playoff discussion right now. They would be out. So, and let's not act like the Packers are a good team because they are not. I think they would be first round exits. If they do somehow make it, and I think I feel like the NFL kind of just wants the Packers in the playoffs because the way they were pushing it that whole entire Miami game. If you guys did watch, everyone, they were like, oh, can the Packers, can their playoff chances stay alive? The Packers. You got First Take talking about the Packers all week. You got NFL Network talking about the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, versus Kirk Cousins. Aaron Rodgers is better. Blah blah blah. I think the Vikings. I'm no Viking fan like Rodrick, but I think it has been pretty disrespectful, especially when you look at the money line of this game. The Vikings, they already beat the Packers once. I think they can do it again, and the spread, it's pretty disrespectful. Rodrick, what do you have to say?
And everybody talks about how the Vikings are frauds. They only win by 1 scores. We've had one non-one score win all year. Guess who it was against? The Packers. So I kind of hope that these narratives of teams being frauds and only being able to win certain ways just ends. And also hope the NFL stops rigging games because we already know that Braves are gonna beat the Panthers on Sunday. We know that the Packers are gonna somehow scoop their way into the playoffs, even when they lose on Sunday. So yeah,
Well,
I
no.
want to see them fail.
If the Packers lose, then they're out. Period.
No, they'll like make a 19th game or something just to get them in there. Some technicality. The Packers scored this amount of points on this day, so they get to, something like that.
They get to play against the Colts for an extra chance in the
playoffs. Nah, they get to play against Zach Wilson in prime time. If you win, you're in. Let's go.
Zach Wilson and a team of moms. That would be like the all-star team. Like, just imagine that.
Zach Wilson and the middle-aged woman versus the Packers.
Mom number 78 with the interception.
Oh my god.
All right. All right. Let's focus here. So, anyways, going back on to also like the Jaguars Texans game, like Rodrick bring up about the Jaguar, that game, it literally does not mean anything at this point. Same thing with the Titans and Cowboys. Alex, exactly. That didn't mean anything either. The game that's going to matter is next week when they're going to be playing for the division anyway. So the Jaguars can lose this game and they're okay. It does not matter. Or the Jaguars can also win this game and then lose next week and lose the division. Rodrick, what do you want to say?
I have a question that I want to bring up to you guys. So if you're Jacksonville, you're playing the Texans, a team that's openly trying to tank for the first pick. And I talked to my dad about this too. Do you not play Trevor Lawrence? Do you rest some of your starters? Because essentially, like you said, this game doesn't matter. So would you look into resting starters if you're Doug Peterson?
I mean, you could, but with the Jaguars, though, like they've had like so much momentum, though, and stuff. And like, they've been on a winning streak. I don't even know if I would do that just for the sake of like possibly, you rest Trevor Lawrence. Okay. And then like next week he's out of rhythm and stuff like that. And he comes in cold. I would just start him anyway, just to maybe if anything in the fourth quarter, just take it easy, then take him out. But I still feel like he should play. I wouldn't rest him just because, okay, we're going to rest him. Okay. He sits and then he comes out. I know the Titans, they'll either be starting Dobbs or Willis, but still, you just can't take any chances, really. So I would say keep the momentum going, start Trevor Lawrence. If you're blowing them out, great, pull them. If you're losing by a lot, pull them. If it's a close game, don't try too hard. It doesn't matter. So Alex, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna say basically the same thing. I feel like they should probably keep him in. You'd rather keep the momentum going than him sitting there for like 60 minutes having to do nothing and just watching the game go on. And I feel like you said, in the fourth quarter, maybe if you want to like pull him out then you could probably do that. But I feel like if they keep him playing, he'll keep his like momentum going, he'll keep his flow, and then he'll be ready for the next game, which is way more important than against the Titans.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm just trying to find some more storylines here. We do know that Derek Carr did get benched. The Raiders, I don't know.
They're a hot mess. They're a hot mess. That's what they are.
Yeah. Apparently there's some rumors about Tom Brady possibly coming over to the West Coast. So, and it would be pretty interesting because he's going to play again, and I don't think he's staying with the Bucs. Todd Bowles is an awful coach, but he's not staying with the Bucs. Let's get real here. He's not. So I think like the top two locations, maybe three. I think the 49ers, depending on the Vikings. But I thought you were satisfied with Kirk Cousins. No more Kirk Cousins. No more. What happened to Kirk with the chain? No.
Well, that Kirk Cousins. Come on, man.
Come on. All right. Okay. I would say 49ers, depending on what happens in the playoffs. The Raiders. Let's see. Maybe would he go to the Titans? I don't know. No. I think it's just 49ers and Raiders, to be honest. Especially he did grow up a 49er fan, and Raiders West Coast. I can see Brady just going to the West Coast because, well, he's from there, so it makes a lot of sense. Rodrick, what do you want to say?
I kind of want to see him go back to New England.
You want to see that?
I want to see that because that
would be
team,
terrible. But you mean he could for a homecoming. I feel like he could do it in his last year though. I feel like that would be.
But I don't think him and Bill Belichick though. Like that's the thing. Like I don't.
I mean, okay, maybe it's just me being like unrealistic like usual, but like I want to see him back in New England. I feel like they're not. If he goes there, they're not going to be like a super like a powerhouse. Like they're still going to be the Patriots. They're going to be mid. So you can go there. You'll go to the Niners where you have all these weapons, and then you're like actually a legitimate Super Bowl contender. That's just my opinion though.
Yeah, and even like with the Raiders, like they still have weapons. They still have Devontae Adams too. So I can see him going either of those two places. Patriots, if he like hashes out things with Bill Belichick, maybe, but like I don't know where where that relationship really is. So we'll see. Now let's see. Is there any more big? I guess we can talk a little about like the Bills and the Bengals. This is a possible, like I said before, AFC Championship preview, maybe. Who do you guys have winning this one?
No bias whatsoever. No bias. The Bills are going to win by 40.
Oh, that's why you said the Bills no, the Bengals wouldn't win a playoff.
Oh no, it's simply because I hate my brother and
okay.
I want the Bills. I want Stephon Diggs to do.
Personally, I need Josh Allen to go off for my fantasy team, but if I had someone to win, I would probably go with the Bills. Actual no bias, unlike Rodrick, with his brother, but I would actually probably have the Bills. I just think that the Bills are probably a better team, and I think even with Von Miller out on their defense, I feel like they still have not a dangerous defense, but a solid enough one, and that they could probably, I guess, suppress Burrow. I don't know, something like that.
Okay. I'm gonna take the Bills too, no bias or anything like Rodrick, but it's like I think it'll be a close game. I think I think it'll be an entertaining game too. At that, I think the Bills win though. It's hard to explain. I think the Bengals they're good, but I just don't see them winning this game. For some reason, I just don't. But it would not surprise me if they do win. But I kind of hope they don't win, though, because I don't want to see Kansas City get the first seed again. Like, I would just like some change here. And I would like to see the AFC Championship game at Buffalo, potentially. I think that would just be like, it would be nice to see how Patrick Mahomes can handle that instead of being at Arrowhead all the time. And, with coin flips but I know they changed the rules there and stuff, but still, I Rodrick, what did you want to say?
Has Mahomes ever even played in a road playoff game? Like, not counting the Super Bowl, obviously, but like he might have went to Foxborough once.
Did they go to Foxborough though? Like
he might have went to Foxborough his rookie, or not his rookie year, but his first year starting, and they lost. I think I remember that.
No, they were at Arrowhead.
Oh, so he's never played on the road.
Oh, nope.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I had to. Wow, that's. Wow. Okay. So
that's a fun fact.
That's crazy.
So yeah, Patrick Mahomes has not played in a road playoff game. Wow.
Not counting Super Bowls.
Not counting the Super Bowls because
an actual road.
Wow. So that's why I said I would like to see how he handles places like Buffalo and like Cincinnati. Well, they're not going to go to Cincinnati though, unless
imagine. Actually, no, they can go to Cincinnati because they beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
If they beat the Bills, imagine
if they beat the Bills, okay, then they would still need to win out, and then the Chiefs would need to lose to either the Raiders or the Broncos, which I don't know if it's gonna happen. It's like,
never mind. They're not going to Cincinnati.
Exactly. Like, once the Raiders benched Carr for the rest of the year, that's when I was like, yeah, okay, the Chiefs are winning.
Also, let me go off on a rant right quick. What the heck, Raiders? Why are we benching him? I don't care about his trade value. There's a 2 on the line right now. If you play Derek Carr, you might have a chance. If the Niners lose and we win, it's easy. We're done. We lock up the 2. But no, let's play Jared Stidham. Who even is that? I've never heard of this guy in my life, and they want to just make things more difficult. Fudge. Thank you, Josh McDaniels. What a hack that guy is. They should fire him right now.
Is that it?
Sorry.
Is that all?
I have to get off my chest.
I agree. He's just such a
bum. He's awful.
Carr is just a scapegoat, to be honest. I know Carr with the picks and stuff, yeah, but like McDaniel, he should not be there.
Bro, there are so many quarterbacks and coaches that are not they don't have NFL talent. Like in recent memory, there have been so many bad coaches and so many bad quarterbacks. Like half the league has a horrific quarterback.
All right, you're good, Rodrick? You're good?
Not really. I'm gonna go back to it later.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, I think this is a problem too. All these, New England Belichick guys, we need to stop with that. Seriously, like it needs to end. I can go on forever here. McDaniels, Joe Judge, Patricia. There's so many. Like these guys, you just can't. You got to avoid them. And with McDaniels too, like he tried it, the first time being a head coach, like with the Browns or something, that was a disaster. And then he, came back running to, or no, it wasn't with the Browns. It was with the Broncos. He came back running to Daddy Belichick after because it didn't work out. So and that's what all of them do. Look at Joe Judge now and Patricia. Patricia, gosh, he's awful. Has Mac Jones yelling at him every single game, and because they're throwing screens and stuff. It's screen, run, screen. Like it's the same thing. These Belichick guys, I think this just shows he does not give his greatest secrets. I don't think he trusts. He doesn't trust those guys because he's very competitive, even if you're on his staff, because he knows those possibilities. But still, you can these New England guys. It's overrated. These Belichick disciples. Just stop. Seriously, Alex, what's your take on the Belichick disciples?
Yeah, it's just like you said. I mean, they're terrible. I feel like Belichick. It's like he's like they're his like little errand boys, and he just gives them these quick little errands to run off with, and then he just doesn't say anything else, and he continues to do this. And then you see how it affects them when they go off to different teams now, because now they just screen, and it does nothing. Like I don't understand that. It makes no sense.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So we just needed to get that off of our chests here because these Belichick disciples are god awful. All right. So now I guess, is there any more big story? I think we covered the most storylines for this week, to be honest. There's nothing else,
Russell. There is one. It's not like a big story, but it's like something involving the Vikings and Packers game. So apparently Jahari Alexander said that oh yeah, Roger's gonna go a little ballistic with this, but it's okay. He said that Justin Jefferson is a top 3 NFL receiver in the NFL, but his 9 receptions, 184 yards, and 2 touchdowns against them in week 1 was a fluke. And apparently that he'll do worse on Sunday. So I just wanted to point that out, just for hyperventilating Rodrick right there.
Jair Alexander's overrated in my opinion. Rodrick, what's your take on that quote?
Russell, just get everything out. Just get everything out, and then I'll go. So let me collect my thoughts.
Okay. So I don't think it is a fluke. Justin Jefferson has, embarrassed multiple star cornerbacks. So I really don't see this argument by Jair Alexander. I think it's stupid. I think personally, I think Justin Jefferson will go off again, just for my fantasy team one. And I just think Justin Jefferson, in my opinion, is the best wide receiver in the league. I'm going to say it. either him or Devontae Adams. It's not even debatable.
It's undisputed.
To say it's a fluke, it's just stupid. Oh well, we just got some news on the New York Yankees. Oh my gosh. Willie Calhoun has agreed to a minor league deal, and he's going to be training team. Woo-hoo. Hal Steinbrenner said he wasn't done. Look at him making moves, baby.
Cashman strikes again.
162.
Patriots game. Let's go. It's going to make the Patriots game so much better. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. Let's buy tickets right now. We got to go. We got to go to see a Patriots game. Oh, my gosh.
Somerset Patriots, baby.
All right. Somerset
Patriot. All right. That is completely irrelevant. I'm not even.
Wait, we probably shouldn't have said that.
What?
I'll say after the show. But we probably should have said that.
But anyway,
R.I.P.
Rodrick, do you have your thoughts?
Oh, I got some words.
Okay.
So we'll start out calm. We'll go good cop, bad cop right quick. We'll start out calm. All right, good cop. Justin Jefferson had 9 fluke receptions for 184 fluke yards and 2 fluke touchdowns. Week 1 against the Green Bay Packers. And if you watched that game like I did, you know that Jair Alexander was not covering him majority of the game. You also would know if you watched that game that when Jair Alexander was covering him, he was getting cooked. So to Jair, Mr. Alexander, my best bud, shut up. This guy, his week 1 performance was literally his 3rd best performance of the year. That performance is some people's careers right there. That's something that they look back on to tell their freaking fracking grandkids. This dude has had 200 yards. He had 193 yards other day or other couple weeks ago, whatever. This guy's consistently putting up, 10, 150, and maybe even a touchdown every Sunday? And you're calling his week 1 performance a fluke? This guy's about to break the single season all-time record. He might hit 2,000 yards for the first time ever, and he might break the receptions record in 1 year, and he's a fluke. You're not even the top 2 cornerback in the league, and you're over here talking like this. So honestly, I hope he gets burned because I was watching a Skip and Shannon little clip or whatever, and they were talking about how usually when people talk like this, they put their foot in their mouth and it comes back to burn them. So I hope he gets burned several times on Sunday. Because you can't talk like this. You're not Jalen Ramsey. You're not Sauce Gardner. You're not whoever. Watch your damn mouth.
Yeah, and Jair, what has he won in his life too?
Nothing. Nothing.
That
voice crack.
One is a second-team All-Pro. So
whoop-de-doo.
He's not. Like I said, I think he's very overrated by some Packer fans and stuff. I don't think he's as great as he likes to think. But personally, I think the Vikings. Well, I hope you guys win this game. I really do.
You guys need us to win this game. And also, I bring up the Vikings group chat. You don't? No. You could take care, but it does. If you do lose, it would help. Anyways, so bring about the Vikings group chat with my boy Sam. So while we were watching the Vikings game, Dolphins Packers game, I was saying I want the Packers to win because I want to finish them. I want to end this season right now. I want to do it ourselves. So I'm really hoping that we can just kill them. I hate to use that word, but kill them. Drive the thing, drive the hammer, whatever, right through their head. Don't be like Thor. Aim for the head. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Okay. Just to give
Oh, you muted yourself, Russell.
Just to give an update real quick. Michigan just scored. It is now 14-9, most likely 10. TCU.
TCU's up?
Yeah, but they were up.
Oh my gosh!
And now it's 14-10. It's close again.
How much time is left?
It's 13 minutes left in the second quarter.
Okay. Come on, TCU.
Yeah,
let's go Horned Frogs.
I don't have a dog in the fight. I just want to see Ohio State lose, to be honest. I don't want to. But
Also, what's your favorite college team?
UCLA.
Ew.
What's your favorite college team, Rodrick?
Well, I have my hometown Rutgers, but they really don't count because they suck. So growing up as a kid, it was always Florida State.
And you're saying ill to UCLA, but like
it's like they don't win anything. I mean, all right, I suppose, but like,
Alex, do you have
name one NFL player from there? You can't.
From where? UCLA?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Josh Rosen, but he doesn't play NFL. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get into some basketball real quick.
RJ Barrett. I'm sorry.
Let's see. Can we talk about the better team in New York or the lesser team in New York?
60, 20, 10. My bad.
Lesser team. Let's go Knicks.
I have a lot to say about the Knicks. No, hold on. All right. So
I have one thing to say about the Knicks, but you go.
Okay.
You go.
So I'm just gonna go on the Nets real quick. Maybe the Nets. They're on a winning streak. They are now third in the East. It's nice to see. Brooklyn. Well, you know what? You can't. What more can you say? They also did beat the Bucks too, recently. It's nice to see things are coming together for the Nets finally, and they're actually gelling as a team. It's very refreshing to see because in years past, with Kyrie, either injuries or him going off the beaten path, going to birthday parties or whatever. Now, I mean, hey, it's looking good. Same thing with Harden too. Him basically putting
strip
club, fat suit back on, whatever. No more of that. It's been good vibes so far. I'm gonna knock on some wood here. Pause. But I just think things are coming together for the Nets, and if we can see an Eastern Conference final appearance, that would be nice, But I think at this point, it's finals for the Nets. Given the way they've been playing, it's got to be finals. All right, now let's get into the Knicks. Woo! Oh boy. Okay, I have a lot to say about this stupid team. They have fallen to 8th in the East. What did I say? I told you it was a mirage. It's not real. This team is trash. They're trying to rebuild, but they're not trying to rebuild. They're going back and forth. I told you. And we can get into the whole Luka Doncic thing. That was embarrassing. You're up 9 with like 36 seconds left, and you still can't finish the game. That is sad. That is really, really sad. And I don't want to hear about injuries or what. No. When they were on that winning streak, I heard it from Knicks fans. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're on an 8-game winning streak. Yeah. You didn't beat anybody, for crying out loud. You beat the Warriors without Steph Curry. I don't care. The Nets did that. The Nets had 90 points in the first half against the Warriors without Steph Curry. So I don't want to hear you guys, basically throwing a parade because you beat the Warriors without Steph Curry. I do not care. I don't want to hear that. And then for you guys to basically go ahead and blow a lead to the Mavericks, and we can go before that too. When you lost at home against the Raptors, you lost against them, and I heard from Knicks fans, "Oh yeah, we'll beat the Raptors." Blah blah blah. No, and then you also lost to the Bulls, who I heard all season was trash. Apparently, the Bulls, we can beat the Bulls. Blah blah blah. You lost to them, and then you lost to the Sixers on Christmas because let's be real here, the Knicks never win a matinee game. That's just how they are. The Knicks lose that game, and they were also up at halftime. They had a big lead. They were up on the Sixers. But guess what? The Knicks do not have a star. And that's what I'm trying to tell Rodrick here about RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett is not that good. He is not that good.
RJ Barrett's top 5, but he's not 5'4", 3 or 2. Let's be real now. Come on.
Alex,
in what category? In what category?
In my category. I'm obviously being delusional, guys, and I meant to say this earlier. Sorry to cut off your little rant here, but I am a diehard San Antonio Spurs fan. I don't care for the Knicks that much, but go back to your rant, also. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Also, guess what? Guess who the Knicks just recently lost to?
The Spurs.
They lost to the Spurs. How do you lose
They
to
lost.
the Spurs?
How do you lose to the Spurs?
The Spurs are like the worst team in the league.
You lost to the Spurs.
They're literally tanking. How do you lose to them?
Future
Oh
team
my
for
gosh.
Victor Wembanyama.
They didn't even lose to a player. They lost to Greg Popovich. They lost to the coach. That's it.
No, they literally
Oh my God.
lost to a tank for Victor team. That is sad. That is sad. How do you lose to a team that is tanking? And then you're also playing against the Rockets too. If you lose against the Rockets tonight,
End the season. and just cut it off.
The Knicks, they need to go back and they need a tank. They need a tank, but they're not going to. And what I think is going to happen is they're probably going to feel the pressure. They're probably going to try to do a stupid win now move, a stupid one, and they're going to go ahead and trade for Zach LaVine. It would be a typical Knick move to trade for a guy who is always injured, is going to, you're going to be overpaying for him. The Knicks, if you're the Knicks at this point, bring out the tank commander back, start the tank, but they're not going to do that. They're not going to do it. You know what they're going to do? Can they make the play-in? Maybe, but guess what? They're going to lose, and it's not going to matter, and they're going to end up with a mediocre draft pick like usual. You know why? Because they're the New York Knicks. All right, Alex, do you have anything to say about the Knicks?
I just want to thank the Knicks for my fantasy team because, I just want to point this out. The night that Luka dropped 60, 21, 10, 112 fantasy points, thank you to the Knicks. I was also watching that game, and I was kind of like cringing towards the end because, the Knicks, they had a streak, they were doing good, and then after that, they just started to collapse and fall apart. They gave up easy points, easy fouls, and then it got to overtime, and then when it got to overtime, the game was just over by itself. So, like you said, the Knicks need to throw in the right flag, get back to tanking. It's already too late to tank for Victor, but, tanking is probably better than whatever their season's going to end up to be.
Exactly. And the thing about the Knicks, they're always doing this like, okay, they were trading for those picks like in the offseason and stuff. All right, if you're going to be doing that, are you going to bring in a star? No, you don't trade for Donovan Mitchell, who was basically saying he wants to come to New York. He's showing up at Met games, talking about how he wanted to be back with his family and stuff. And, he wanted to be here, and you didn't do it. Yeah, I'll give you, Brunson's been good, but still, would you rather have Donovan Mitchell or Jalen Brunson? Let's just be real here. I don't even know why I'm asking that question, but it's pretty obvious. And then also, I want to get into Wally Zerzabak saying, calling Tyrese Halliburton a fake all-star. Wally, he's with the Knicks, like he's basically on MSG, and he's like an analyst. And so he called Tyrese Halliburton a fake all-star, when playing against the Knicks. And so Tyrese, he didn't go off on him, but he said, hey, I don't even know who that guy is. I couldn't name you like one thing he did during his NBA career, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Wally, he then apologized. Well, apologized. But this is what he says. He says, Tyrese he's a good player, blah, blah, blah. But he says that he is definitely up there in the all-star discussion among the likes of Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson. That's not even an apology. Like, why are you even and that's the problem with the Knicks. They have all these guys here that basically, butt kiss the team and stuff like that, and like just putting this stuff out there. Like Julius Randle too. He's been balling out, but he's just there. I don't know why you re-signed him after that COVID. I think the best thing for the Knicks was to not make the playoff. If they didn't make the playoffs during that COVID year, this rebuild would be going a lot more smoothly. But them making the playoffs during that COVID year and stuff, it kind of, okay, we got to re-sign Julius Randle, got to do it. And then they felt the pressure, and then they fell flat on their face last year. And it's really frustrating with the Knicks. So I just can't. I really can't with the Knicks. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, sir.
Good,
All good.
Okay.
I don't have any. I don't have anything.
After-
I don't have anything dumb right now. It's not coming.
After your little rant too, I think we're good.
I'm trying to think.
Oh yeah, I got it. Go. Let's go Saints. There we go.
Okay. Rodrick,
Taysom Hill, sir.
you want to tell everyone why you want the Saints to win? Just I know why, but like, do you just want to tell everyone?
I still think that we have a chance for the 1 seed. I still think that it's possible for us to get it. And who's starting? And Taysom Hill, we trust. They're gonna do it. They're gonna pull it. How about this? Since you like making wagers on this channel, somebody bet with me that the Saints aren't gonna win this game on Sunday.
Yeah, I would bet that too. But go on. Yeah.
Put $5 in the game.
Why would I do? I said I would. I'm not gonna do it though.
Oh, man, no fun.
What? Why? What? Like why? Why would you like?
Because the Saints are gonna win, and if you think that they're not gonna win, let's put some money on it.
You know, as a Giant fan, I should be rooting for the Vikings to get the first seed, but like, I just
Actually, should you?
as I hate the Eagles. I should be.
Yeah, but like,
But I don't
you
want.
would end,
But I don't
you
want.
would end up playing. You would end up playing them. Actually, yeah, never mind. You're right. I'm overcomplicating this.
No, we wouldn't because we're not going to drop down to 7. So
Well, I'm saying like if you somehow actually forget what I said. Just forget it. Forget it.
okay. All right, everyone. I think that's it. I don't have anything else to rant about. Rodrick doesn't have anything else to rant about. Alex usually doesn't rant, so it's okay. There will be a Giants and Jets pregame video posted. We will be doing that after. If you guys can do me a favor, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I went on a huge rant, did all of that. You know, Rodrick went on a huge rant about Jair Alexander.
Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
It's New Year's Eve. Go out, celebrate, do whatever. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. So
Talk to your family for once.
yeah.
Get out your room.
Yeah. So if you can all do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.